Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you for joining me today and welcome you to my weekly reading for the week of March 21st through to the 27th. In some ways, it's really hard to believe that we're already at the end of March. Where is 2021 going? Well, this week it's time to focus in on self, raising our vibration, and shifting aspects within ourselves and our everyday that are going to bring more meaning and fulfillment into our day. We're not just idly passing by and all of a sudden it's the end of 2021 and we don't feel like we got very far or that we're still spinning our wheels. And that's what I want to focus in on this week. We have the amazing opportunity of reaching out and embracing the full worm moon at the end of the week. And there's so many more amazing opportunities that are going to present themselves throughout the rest of the week that we can't allow to slip by. Of course, I do want to look at those obstacles so we know how to overcome them. Stay in that high vibration and, reach for the stars. The decks I've chosen for this week, I went with the Wizard's Tarot and the Energy Oracle, topping them all off with the Sovereign Oracle's Creative Visions Expansion Pack. Now, like always, I do have links below to all these fantastic decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. Now, my selections, my friends, of course, we've got some Smoky Quartz, some Rose Quartz, and some Serpentine. I want you to choose whichever crystal resonates with you the most right now. It may not be your favorite crystal, but it's the one that you can't keep your eyes off of. And then go into the description box below. There you're going to find timestamps. Click on the crystal's correlating timestamp. It's going to take you straight to your reading, and I will see you there, my friends. Hello and welcome, my Smoky Quartz friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and both oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week has in store for my Smoky Quartz friends. What can my Smoky Quartz friends expect from the week of March 21st through the 27th? Such a beautiful card. Journey. You're going to find that this week really puts a spotlight on where it is on your path you are, and what's more, how do you take those next steps forward in a meaningful and high vibrational way, helping you to step more into your light and more into your power, creating more meaning and fulfillment in what it is you're doing, what it is you're trying to achieve. There are going to be many opportunities to start to shift your path in a natural and very stable way that's going to bring you more in line with that soul's deeper purpose, which of course is going to bring in more abundance and more prosperity into your everyday. The more meaning and more fulfilled we are in our day, the higher our vibration. The higher our vibration, the more we're able to manifest what we need, and, the universe takes it upon itself to reward us for our hard work. Think of it as getting a gold star on your assignment when you were in school. You work hard at it, and you're rewarded. And, of course, the universe, that reward, you're looking at that abundance, that prosperity. And usually it's abundance and prosperity in ways that you would never thought possible. because the universe has ways of making things occur because it's got a bigger picture perspective. So there are elements at play that we have no idea about. However, the universe taps us into it, and we have these miraculous gifts, these rewards that are very meaningful and help to maintain and raise our vibration so that we can continue on this evolution of abundance and fulfillment. So let's get some more clarity here. What should my Smoky Quartz friends focus in on this week? How amazing and cool. Dream. Recall a vivid dream and use it. Daydream about what is possible. Keep a dream journal. Now, I agree with all of that, except we don't really need a dream journal. I would suggest something called a spiritual binder and have a dream section. Now, if you're new to my channel, you'll hear me talk about this spiritual binder over these small little journals. Small little journals can easily get lost, and they aren't as conducive to adding in a lot of extra pieces, pictures, or things you find on the internet that you want to keep. Whereas a binder, you can add many sections, and you can add in a variety of different materials and resources. So having it as a binder format really supports with keeping everything all together. But definitely start to write down some of your dreams. Some of those aha moments that you have when you wake up. Keeping your spiritual journal close at hand, especially as you are starting to wake up, you can start to do some lucid writing where you're just writing down information. Our ego is fantastic at helping us to forget key elements and important information that was being shared with us during our dream state. And you need to know that the high vibrational beings, your guardian angel, the angels, the archangels, the dragons, the list goes on, uses that dream state to their advantage to share insight and wisdom. Your ego is not resisting that insight and wisdom, so they use that time to their advantage. Additionally, you can use it to your advantage as well. You can ask for added insight, added guidance during your dream time. Before you go to bed, ask the high vibrational beings, whether you pinpoint one or a group of them, or just leave it open. Any high vibrational being for my greater good, could you please share the insight and wisdom that I need while I sleep? And then help me retain it as I wake up in the morning. Like I said, our ego likes to step in and help us forget. So we need to get that insight, that wisdom out before we do forget. And don't worry, the high vibrational beings will continue to send that information in different ways until you get it. They understand that we don't clearly hear, see, or understand them well. They are very gentle and understanding that we need some extra time, processing time, and in some cases discovery time on this information. This week, however, you're going to see that they spotlight different aspects, different opportunities that are really important for you. We need to be present, attentive, and mindful of what's occurring all around us. So let's get into this week a little bit here. What can my Smoky Quartz friends expect? Well, important card from the beginning of the week. Now, I liken the journey card, so if you're looking at it, she's holding out a lamp in one direction and facing another, and her body's shifted to yet another. We need to be mindful that the way that we should be going may not be the way that we're thinking we need to go. Many times there's an incongruency or discrepancy on where it is we're headed versus where it is we should have gone or where we need to go. Being mindful of that. Also, this is important, guys, we don't need to all of a sudden shift gears entirely, dropping everything and going in a different direction. That's not sustainable. It causes a lot of instability, a lot of uncertainty, and we start to have what's called a self-fulfilling prophecy because of that uncertainty, because of that instability. So, if we know that we've missed a turn and we're getting called to a certain direction, you can take those steps slow and steady, because there's going to be another off-ramp that will lead us back to where we need to go. We just need to be mindful of where it is we're being directed. If it feels like it's too much, ask the high vibrational beings to give you another opportunity to turn around in a slower, more manageable pace. The high vibrational beings get it. They know that if they cause too much of a shift or an abrupt change, causes instability and it causes uncertainty. It causes us pain. That abrupt shift is usually shown in as the tower. Nobody likes the tower. It's pokey, it hurts. Right now we're looking at having free will here, a choice. So we can start to work towards where it is we need to go, rather than the universe kicking us in the right direction. The Five of Swords. There's your heartache, your pain, your ego, causing stagnation and very much stuckness. Past experiences, events, they weigh heavy on us. It's not all of them. It's the ones where we need to learn from. However, that lesson, it was challenging. There's pain, there's fear connected with it. The knowledge itself is being drowned out by that pain and fear. It's amazing as emotional beings how much emotion we can attach to the different events that we've lived through. It's time that we start to heal that pain, heal those experiences. They're not serving us and they're causing a lot of stagnation. We're not going to get these messages until we start to work and release this. And guys, this is not going to be a quick fix. Like most things, there isn't a quick fix for it. We need to release and heal, move forward a little bit to release and heal a bit more. In this lifetime, we have a lot of healing. We have the technology, the understanding, and the global connection to do it. One modality of healing or working with ourselves isn't going to be enough. We need to start to tap into a variety of different modalities, different idea sets. And we have that ability now. The internet has supported us in learning a vast array of different modalities that are going to serve us, because little pieces here and there resonate with us. The bulk of it might not, but different aspects and pieces will. So we need to use this time to start to heal. And like I said, it's going to be a journey and a process. The beginning of the week, we need to start working on that. And I can help you out with this a little bit. One of the ways that we can start to release these past experiences and pains is through a meditation that I did with Archangel Mariel, where we start to release and heal those past memories. Now, this meditation, there's a little bit of a warning to it. If you suffer from flashbacks or are continuing to relive that event, please do not partake in this meditation. We need to do something a little bit different. If you're having those flashbacks, I would suggest a general healing with Archangel Raphael. And I do have a meditation. It was my first meditation that I brought out with Archangel Raphael that can support you. If you're looking at doing a bit of a deeper healing and you don't have those flashbacks, you can connect in with Archangel Mariel. Now don't worry, we're not looking at a specific memory. It's a general memory healing. We don't want to re-traumatize ourselves. We're not going to get anywhere by causing more pain and heartache to ourselves. Now, if you're new to my channel and aren't too sure about what I'm talking about with my meditations, I have 2 playlists. They're meditative playlists. The first is Healing with the Archangels, where of course you're going to find that healing with Archangel Mariel and Archangel Raphael. And that second playlist is called Just You and Me, where it's just you and me, where we're working on a skill or a tool that will support you on your journey. All the meditations that I have in both playlists are about 30 minutes long. They're a guided meditation. And most importantly, they are free for you to use and revisit as you need. Got a lot of work to do in this journey. So let's get some tools to support us in moving forward. Now, any of the Archangel meditations will support you with that healing, because they are a healing meditation. Archangel Mariel and also Archangel Metatron both have meditations that we work together for that release. And we need to release that pain, that fear, before we can start to embrace these opportunities. So the beginning of the week, that's what we're looking at starting to work on. Let's go into the middle of the week. What can my Smoky Quartz friends expect from the middle of the week? The Knight of Wands. I love how in this deck the knights are primarily a female figure, whereas in most decks they're considered a male or a son. Here you're looking at that very feisty female, which is very true with the wand. That wand is that inner flame, that passion. The little bit of healing that we're looking at doing here, that release, is really going to inspire us. We're going to feel invigorated. Let's get going. We've got some ground to cover here. Couple things. One, we can't get carried away. Like I said, we need that slow, steady step. We don't want to cause instability or fear here. We want to maintain this movement forward. And the best way to do that is through that steady step. We're stable and we feel comfortable with what we're doing. And additionally, the Knight reminds me that we don't want to hyper-focus in on any of this. This is one aspect of your life. We have to continue to meet our needs on all levels. So we want to take time here and there to engage in these different activities. That's why my meditations are only 30 minutes long. They're easy to add into your everyday. Additionally, our ego will try and disrupt us by thinking we need to hyper-focus in on it, focusing more attention, more time than what we need. We need to be mindful of that and balance out our day. Like I said, some of this stuff we can do while we're sleeping, using our time more efficiently. Some of the healing, some of that releasing can be done during our sleep, helping us not to be triggered or re-traumatized. Asking Archangel Mariel or Archangel Metatron to come in while you sleep to help you release some of this heartache and burden heal from it, feeling rejuvenated and having a better understanding on how you need to go forward when you wake up. That isn't hyper-focusing. That's setting intention, and then you can go and have a good night's sleep. Waking up knowing that you worked when you didn't even know you were working. That energetical self doesn't need sleep. Our physical self needs sleep. So that energetical self can work on our behalf as our body rejuvenates itself. So we don't want to work ourselves too hard. We do need to have that control. The Knight of Wands does have a tendency to, race forward without regard to what's going on. We do want that excitement and enthusiasm. We just want to rein it in a bit. Now, during the middle of the week, we also want to take some time and connect in with those passions, because those passions will help to light this up even more. That inner fire, that inner self will connect in with that guidance, with that spotlight. One of the ways that we can engage with that passion is giving ourselves a little bit of time here and there to connect in with our creativity. Now, creativity does not mean arts and crafts. It's how you express yourself. I have clients who are computer programmers, and they express themselves through clicking on that keyboard. Welders who like to get their hands dirty and fix things. That's how they express themselves. There is no right or wrong. It's just an individual aspect. The most important thing here is giving yourself a little bit of time that you can fit in your day to partake in that activity, whatever that may look like for you, which will help to strengthen and rejuvenate you. And it also, this is a big piece, guys, it also opens you up to that guidance. We're not focusing in on that challenge, that heartache, or that pain, or the problems at hand. We're focusing in on that creativity. We're getting out of our head, out of that swirling, oh my God state, into that passion-centered creativity where you're like, this is awesome. I love doing this. The high vibrational beings, again, utilize this time to their advantage and give you those aha moments you need. Add in the extra supports you need for your journey and your situation. So, taking a little bit of time, again, we need that balance, to partake in some creative endeavors. It will go a long way in getting to where it is you want to go. Let's head off to the end of the week. What can my Smoky Quartz friends expect from the end of the week? Oh, how fantastic. The Magician, the first card in the Major Arcana. We're looking at using our skills and our abilities, connecting it in to that high vibrational energy to draw on the energy we need, so we're not taking away from us, to get the job done and make those miracles happen, that magic happen. The Magician knows how to use his natural abilities and skills, combining it with everyday tools to not only get the job done, but get the job done more efficiently and effectively, helping to create that prosperity and that growth, which is exactly what we're looking at. We need to use our natural abilities with the tools that we have at hand to start to shift our perspective, shift our gears and our direction in ways that we can sustain, and then we can start to grow and flourish. So as we start to shift perspective, we are going to have a better understanding of not only ourselves and our ability, but how we want to go forward. Things start to connect in. We start to connect those dots. So at the end of the week, we're going to have a better understanding of self through that release and healing and that guidance and insight, giving us that direction. We're going to have a lot of epiphanies, a lot of, oh yeah, yeah, got that. Having your spiritual binder with you is going to be important. Having that ability to keep that insight, that aha with you, because again, your ego will help you try and forget it. Those dots, they are there. We just need to start to be mindful and connect them, giving ourselves time to reflect on what it is we've done, where it is we're trying to go, what we know, and what's more, what is the message that's being sent to you? And those messages, they're hidden in plain sight. We just need to take that time and take those steps slow and steady. All right, let's look at the challenge. We know our ego is going to be a bit of a bear, but let's look at what other challenges we're going to have. What challenge will my Smoky Quartz friends face? Whoa, that's important. For the week of March 21st through the 27th. Now, before I go on, thinking about it, the Magician is a masculine energy. At the end of the week, we have the divine feminine energy of the full worm moon coming in. That balance of masculine and feminine energy is going to be really important. The more balanced you are, well, the more open you're going to be to that insight, to that passion. So, taking some time and working on that balance. And I do have a meditation that can support you with that. It's in my Just You and Me playlist, and it's a balancing meditation that I brought out in December. In that meditation, we looked at your chakra system, where we started to align your chakras. The more aligned your chakras are, the more energy you're going to have. And the more energy you have, the more you're going to be able to partake in and embrace these opportunities. It's a nice guided meditation that helps connect you in with your chakra system and, of course, helps you with that balance and bringing in the energy that we're going to need. Many of us don't really know how to draw on that universal energy to help fuel us. And, well, we have that very limited resource of energy. So we have to be mindful with the resources that we do have. Again, using the tools that are right at hand. Well, that's not shocking to see him. Death, the 13th card in the Major Arcana. Death is a transition card. It doesn't ever talk about a death of something. It's a talk about release or transition. We're going to be resisting it a lot. Death wants to support us in releasing some of these aspects that aren't working. And we know we have them because we can feel them. Our ego throws them in our face all the time. We feel unsure, unstuck. We question ourselves, our abilities. That negative self-talk, it runs rampant. We need to start to release some of this heartache, this uncertainty. Yet that causes fear because when we look at release, we're looking at changing and shifting. Our ego amplifies that fear. We need to start to turn death from an obstacle, something we fear, to an ally, something that's going to support us. The easiest way we can do that is through making sure we're grounded. If we feel stable and confident in what we're doing, well, it shows because the ego can't bring up that fear, that heartache, that pain that causes that uncertainty. So, I have a number of meditations in both playlists to support you in creating that grounded energy within yourself. Then, once you've done that grounded meditation, you may want to grab one of your crystals that's black or red or here we have tiger iron, which is kind of black and goes into that red hue, which resonates with your root chakra. These crystals are going to support you in maintaining that stability throughout your day, helping you to release and transition in a stable manner. Your ego can't compete. And crystals are more readily available, and you can find them in formats that you can carry with you. There are a lot of crystals that work with that grounded energy, and that's going to support us with that transition. Know that that's going to be a challenge and something that we're going to have to deal with and work with. All right, let's go into some blessings. See what can help us overcome some of these challenges and really engage with what's going to support us the most this week. What blessings can my Smoky Quartz friends embrace for the week of March 21st through the 27th? Woman holding a coin. That prosperity, it's there, especially as we engage in and embrace that divine feminine energy. I know I said at the end of the week we're going to have that full moon energy that's going to support us. Well, we can start to draw it in and intentionally start to work with it in the beginning of the week. The easiest way to do that is by being mindful and opening ourselves up to working with some of these high vibrational beings on our healing and caring for ourselves. I know that's a lot, and I've been throwing a lot of meditations at you. Meditation, I find, can work quite quickly on a variety of levels. So you're hitting a number of aspects of self that really does help rejuvenate you and heal you. So of course, taking that time and intentionally meditating, releasing, and healing will help you to call that divine feminine energy to you. Taking this time for you will support you in additional abundances and helping you to create the prosperity that you're looking for. That intention, it's an important element here. We really do need to be mindful of what we're focusing in on and where we're sending our energies. We want to start to focus in on self and those challenges to reap those rewards. The fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Again, we're working with that chakra system. Now, most of us have heard of Archangel Gabriel, the messenger archangel. The fifth chakra is our throat chakra. The throat chakra is connected with communication and understanding. Like I said, when we start to take care of ourselves and heal ourselves, connecting into that nurturing, we're going to have a better understanding of that direction, of what it is we need to do, what we want to do. Archangel Gabriel and her team, well, they're a big proponent of that information and that guidance. That guidance that's hidden within plain sight. And when I say plain sight, it's true. It's all around us. These messages are there. We need to just slow down, be observant, and be in the here and now so we can be open to these messages. Because they are being sent. They always are. We just miss most of them. Taking that time and being open to that information. And like I said, we may have some information that is kind of contrary to your current belief system. If it's contrary to your belief system, look into it. Use your head. What is causing that resistance? How is your current belief system serving you? How does this insight or guidance cause you problem or is causing you that fear? See where the incongruencies are, because they're going to be very different for each individual. Questioning and asking ourselves some of those hard questions can really help us to gain the insight we need, because a lot of times that resistance is down to different belief systems and value sets that aren't working, and we need to start to release. We're holding on to stuff that our parents learned from their parents, who learned from their parents, who learned from their parents. Without question, this is how we always did it, so let's just do it the same way. That mindset causes stagnation, and, well, we start to chase our tail, and we start to swirl in the same gunky stuckness. Ask questions. Questions do not hurt you. And be honest with you, because that honesty will go a long way in helping you understand what it is you need to do, and more importantly, what it will support you in getting to where you want to go. All right, we're going to end off on any further insight, wisdom, and guidance that we can share with my Smoky Quartz friends for the week of March 21st through the 27th. The Seven of Swords. I think I just mentioned the fact that we need to be honest with ourselves. The Seven of Swords talks about trying to get away with a little too much. And that's true. We've been trying to sidestep and avoid things, make ourselves look bigger and puffier and fluffier than we actually are. We don't want others to know that we're not too sure about self, and there's a lot of unanswered questions. We'd rather people perceive us as society and our value sets state and outline. It's time that we're being truthful for us. Be honest with ourselves. That honesty is going to go a long way in supporting you and understanding where it is you're going, and more importantly, what your next steps are going to be. The Star, the 17th card in the Major Arcana, also known as our Hopes and Dreams card, reminding us that our hopes and dreams are also based on a value set, a mindset, a core value set that may not be serving us, that hasn't been questioned or modified in quite some time. We need to take that time and reflect in, understand our current path so that we can amend and start to modify that path to bring in more fulfillment, to bring in more abundance. The only way we can do that is understand where we're currently at and where we're currently wanting to go. And then we can start to shift that perspective as well, bringing it more in line with where it is we need to go. Because those aha moments, they're going to come. Like I said, those messages are there. We just need to be mindful and open to them. The Star also reminds us of the need for balance. The maiden here is pouring energy into a pool of water, which symbolizes your spiritual self or your intuition, and then also onto land, that physical self. We need to nurture and cultivate both sides. Actually, all sides. It's not just those two hemispheres that we're dealing with. We're a multifaceted being. We need to have a more balanced approach to all aspects of self. And that balancing meditation that I mentioned way back with the magician can help you to start to really clear out some of the challenges we're having with our energy system because our chakras are so unaligned. When you align your chakras, you have a path of least resistance. Your energy is able to flow from one chakra to another quite efficiently. Think of that meditation as an oil change. It's really going to help with having more energy and getting more out of your day because, well, of course, you have that energy that you're not wasting within your system. That energy to balance out within all aspects of self. Again, we're not taking away. We're just being more effective and streamlined in what it is we can achieve in a day. That balance is really important. The Ace of Swords. That aha. I think we've been talking a lot about that aha moment. And it's not just going to be one moment. It's going to be a lot of moments. The more you're present in your everyday, the more mindful you are about what's occurring all around you, you will receive more of that message. Have a better aha than just a, that's interesting. I wonder if that would work. It would be more clear. It's up to you, though, to take that time and be present and be mindful for you. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week is offering you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It helps me be found on the sea of YouTube, which supports us collectively, starting to raise our vibration and getting ourselves unstuck. And if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way, and you don't want to miss any of it. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight, healing, and education is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss a video. And also, if you did enjoy this video and want to support me making more, I do have a Patreon page. I have provided a link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Smoky Quartz friends. Hello and welcome, my Rose Quartz friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and both oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week has in store for my Rose Quartz friends. What can my Rose Quartz friends expect from the week of March 21st through the 27th? Woman holding a coin. How fantastic. Like I said in the introduction, at the end of the week, we're going to be able to embrace that divine feminine energy of the full moon. As the full moon is going to rise on Sunday, well, we're able to embrace that divine feminine nurturing energy 2 days before and 2 days after. So we have that ability to connect into that nurturing energy, knowing that the more we take care of ourselves and focus in on those life-giving aspects, well, the more prosperous we'll be. We start to flourish because when we take care of ourselves and nurture our own self rather than everyone around us, we're able to start to heal, start to strengthen us on a variety of facets and levels, which allows for added energy, added invigoration to what brings us that joy, that happiness. allowing for more balance in our everyday, which, of course, all these different little aspects and components are rewarded. The universe likes to support us in what is bringing us back to our soul's deeper purpose. So when we're working on aspects and pieces that we're supposed to be working on, well, it's like getting a gold star for your assignment you handed in when you were in school. You get that abundance and that prosperity coming your way. So this week, you're going to be able to see those little shifts really being rewarded, especially as we draw in that amazing nurturing energy. And yes, we can draw it in as of day 1 at the beginning of the week. We don't have to wait. We can start to care for self, nurture ourselves, really calling on that amazing divine feminine energy and using it to support us. It's just a lot easier to do because we don't have to do as much calling in and intentional focus at the end of the week. That said, please don't wait. Take some time, put some initiative, and set some intentions. Let's get a little bit more clarity here. What should my rose quartz friends focus in on this week? And really, this intentional drawing of feminine energy and caring for self shouldn't come too shocking to you, because we are looking at that rose quartz, which is a very healing crystal. It has that healing energy and is connected into Archangel Chamuel and Archangel Ariel. A lot of the archangels that you're looking at, that healing and that caring energy. So we just need to direct it to self. Oh, how fantastic. Stand out. Time to showcase what makes you truly unique. Don't shy away from shining bright. How would Bowie do it? Oh, how I miss David Bowie. That man could stand out in any crowd. This week is truly going to be about you being you, that authentic you. It's about enjoying and being in your own company, which for many of us is a challenge. We still have a lot of resistance and a lot of uncertainty to who it is we are and what it is we need and want. The first steps in starting to clear up some of that uncertainty is being with ourselves, enjoying what we know, caring for and nurturing all aspects of self. It will go a long way in supporting you in realigning yourself to your soul's deeper purpose, helping you to bring in fulfillment and joy into your everyday. We want to shift out of that working harder than we need to, focusing in on that heartache and pain, always being afraid. We want to start to focus in on that high vibration. What's going right? What do you excel at? What brings you joy? What brings you happiness? When we focus in on those, we are rewarded handsomely. So let's get into this week a little bit more here. Let's look at the beginning of the week. What can my rose quartz friends expect from the beginning of the week? I said we had to call it in, right? Yeah, you don't have to call it in. It's there, my friends. The beginning of the week, we have that Empress energy. You're going to have that divine, feminine, nurturing energy all around you. I said you had to be intentional. The only thing you're going to have to be intentional is ensuring that you're setting out that time for you. Devoting some time just for you. Just for this experience. Just for this healing. I know that sounds kind of challenging and hard to do. How do you start to take care of yourself? Well, I have a couple supports here for you. Of course, the first one that comes to mind, the first support that I would recommend, is a meditation that I did with Archangel Chamuel. Actually, that in itself is 3 different meditations. Like I said earlier, Archangel Chamuel is the archangel of self-love. And that understanding and that appreciation of self is going to go a long way for you. It's going to support you with that abundance, that prosperity, and most importantly, that fulfillment and that joy. The more we're able to channel that inner David Bowie, that understanding and appreciation, well, the more prosperous we're going to be. We have more self-confidence, which supports us in gaining more control over our abilities. So those meditations with Archangel Chamuel are going to be fantastic in working with that loving energy towards self. Now, if you're new to my channel and aren't too sure about my meditations, I have 2 playlists. One is Healing with the Archangels, and of course that's where you're going to find those meditations with Archangel Chamuel. And the second is a Just You and Me playlist, where it's just you and me. We work together on a skill or a tool that will support you on your journey. All the meditations are about 30 minutes long. They're a guided meditation, and most importantly, they are free for you to visit and revisit as you need. These tools, they're fantastic support, and of course, I would not charge for something like that. You need that support now more than ever. So if you haven't worked with Archangel Chamuel before, I would definitely start with the first one that I brought out early last year. It was within the first couple that I did. Start off with that introductory meditation with Archangel Chamuel, and then you can work in the other 2 as you go forward. Just remember, my friends, we don't want to hyper-focus in on this, because hyper-focusing in on stuff is our ego's way of misdirecting us. We need that balance. That's why my meditations are only 30 minutes long. Taking a little bit of time here and there to work on that self-love gives you more time and adds to your energy to do other aspects, other things we need to get done to allow our kingdom to grow, if you will. Because there are aspects and pieces, as mundane as they are, they still need to get done. And we don't want to overlook other aspects. We can't take from different parts of our lives without having a repercussion. And that's not what this week is about. A little bit of time here and there goes a long way. So we're going to use that divine feminine energy throughout our week to our advantage. Here and there, allowing ourselves to heal, strengthening ourselves, and really starting to connect in with us at that David Bowie level. All right, let's go into the middle of the week. What can my rose quartz friends expect from the middle of the week? Such a unique take on the Empress. You have a lot of very kind of princessy type cards. That royal, that very important energy needs to be channeled within yourself, especially towards ourselves, treating ourselves with respect and admiration. Oh, more royalty. The King of Pentacles. Midas touch himself. Adding in a little bit of balance in that masculine energy, adding that support and that stability to the growth that we're looking at, to the abundance that we're looking at. Because of course, the King of Pentacles is Midas touch himself. Whatever he touches turns to gold. So, the middle of the week, we do want to make sure that we have that balanced, stable energy. Like I said, we don't want to hyper-focus in solely on that nurturing energy. We need that very stable, strong energy to ground us, to keep us connected in and not lose sight of what's important. And don't be surprised if during the middle of the week, that's when your ego starts to really kick up. Lots of uncertainty, lots of fear, lots of negative talk towards self. There's only so much of this loving pampering that your ego will take before it starts to resist it. Because what you're looking at and what you're trying to achieve is change, which is dangerous to your ego. So during the middle of the week, I can see your ego starting to really kick up. And that's why we have the King of Pentacles. We need that stable, grounded energy to help combat our ego. Because when we're stable and we feel strong, that negative self-talk, that resistance, it slides off us a lot easier. We're more able to use more of our faculties and assess the situation rather than just react and kind of turtle ourselves. So the middle of the week, we do want to make sure we're focusing in on that grounding. Now, I have meditations for grounding on both playlists. You can go through and pick one. Start your day off right. Take 30 minutes and participate in a meditation to ground yourself, especially during that middle week section, because we're going to have that stability right as we kick off our day. And then what you can do is also pre-plan a bit. Have your grounding crystals, something like this tiger iron, that will support you in maintaining that stable energy. Now, any crystal that is red or black that resonates with our root chakra will support us with our stability. Tiger iron is a nice example because it's so readily available. So you can keep it on your person throughout the day to help maintain that stable energy so that your ego can't start to creep in without you noticing, creating that instability, that uncertainty, which kind of amplifies throughout the day. Being proactive really supports us in getting that job done, keeping the eye on the prize and focusing in on self, because our ego hates it when we do that. So the middle of the week, we do want to be mindful of our stability, of our groundedness, because the more stable we are, the more prosperous we'll become. And like I said, we do have that very masculine energy coming in, kind of balancing out some of that feminine energy that we're dealing with. We need that yin and yang to be prosperous, to create. So making sure that we have that balanced energy within ourselves. So the middle of the week, that balance, that stability, it's what we need to focus in on. Let's head off to the end of the week. What does the end of the week bring my rose quartz friends? Strength, the 8th card in the major arcana. We're really going to be able to connect into our abilities and our skills here. This work is going to pay off. At the end of the week, we're going to be able to start to tap in and understand our abilities, our skills, and our talents a little bit more. We're not so much badgering ourselves or talking ourselves down and out of things. Strength talks about using our skills and our abilities in our own way. Many people have similar skills, similar abilities. However, we have that personal flair. When we connect in our own unique energetic signature to what it is we're doing, that's when you see that magic happen. That's why people like David Bowie or Elton John have really been able to own themselves and what it is they're doing. They've honed their skill. That ownership, that understanding, that uniqueness, it's important. We don't want to just be a cookie cutter cut out of something or try and emulate others. We need to do it in our own way. And that understanding of self is how we're going to be able to do it our own way, with the style and grace of self. So the end of the week, we are going to get a lot of those aha moments. And the full warm moon is definitely going to help out with that. Now don't worry, of course I'm going to have a reading just for the full warm moon that I'm going to release later on in the week. That way you can embrace that amazing foundational energy of the full warm moon that's only going to support this growth and this development even more. All right, let's get into the challenge. We know your ego is going to start to kick up here, but let's look at it a bit more. Let's see what else is going to give you a bit of a challenge here. What challenge will my rose quartz friends face for the week of March 21st through the 27th? Death, the 13th card in the Major Arcana. We are going to be resisting that change, resisting that release, because what we're looking at here is releasing that control of your ego, which kind of feels safe. It's a false safety, a false stability that we're in. We're more stagnant and stuck than ever. And it's that control that our ego has that we need to start to release. It's not something we're going to release in one go. However, we can start to take back our power, take back that inner strength. However, that release, that shift, it seems scary. It's unknown to us. So we do resist it. That is why the King of Pentacles is going to be so important. We do need to release what's not serving us. We can't embrace that prosperity and abundance without it. It literally, death will stand right in front of that prosperity, that coin. Like I said, that stagnation, it's not serving us. We need to have that stable energy that we connect in with, that's high vibrational, that will support us, rather than the false stability of our ego. We need to start to turn death from an obstacle to an ally to support us in really embracing these opportunities and possibilities. We're the only ones who can do this, which I know can be scary, but at the same time, we have that energetical support. Taking time for us and setting those intentions do support us in shifting and embracing that release. So let's look at what other supports will help you out this week. What blessings can my rose quartz friends embrace for the week of March 21st through, the 27th? Oh, how fantastic. 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. Now, your 6th chakra, of course, is your third eye chakra, which is the connection to your intuition and your clairs, helping you to acknowledge and understand that insight and guidance of the high vibrational beings. Now, Archangel Metatron, he's a semi-well-known archangel. Some people have heard of him, some people haven't. Now, Archangel Metatron supports us with our higher understanding. And that's exactly what we need right now, that higher understanding. Now, I have done a meditation with Archangel Metatron that's going to support us with this higher understanding. It was one of my first couple that I did. It was a meditation where we started to release some of this heartache and pain, some of the stuff that's slowing us down. We need to release stuff before we can start to add in more. Think of it as having a cup within yourself. You can't just keep cramming stuff in because other stuff is going to squish out. So when you release stuff that isn't serving you, that's just taking up space, you have space within yourself for high vibrational, abundant aspects. And that's exactly what Archangel Metatron and I were working on. Working on that release to support you with your growth, which really resonates with what we need to do. Happy family. Oh, if everything were rainbows and a dance, life would be so much easier. That said, I think we'd miss out on a lot. So this challenge, sometimes it's got its weird way of working out and supporting us with our growth, with why we're here, to learn and experience. Happy Family talks about that support. Now, whether support comes from your nuclear family, your family of origin, or a family that you have created along the way. What we're talking about here is that stability. Again, going back to that foundation. One created in positive, high vibrational, loving energy. These individuals support you and love you for you, and are going to support and encourage you on this movement out of this stuckness into really owning yourself, stepping into your power, if you will. It's important to remember that we're not alone in this journey. We were never meant to be alone on this journey. And it's important that we reach out and connect in with our supports, using our words and asking for what it is we need. Even if we don't know what it is we do need. Just asking for that help and being open to the support we receive. I know it's a lot, but we can do it, one step at a time. We know that that foundation, though, that support structure, it's important. It will help us with conquering and overcoming this obstacle of self-doubt and uncertainty. So let's go on and see what further insight, guidance, and support we can share with my rose quartz friends for the week of March 21st through the 27th. The Eight of Pentacles, reminding us that there is some work to be done and that attention to detail is going to be important, because that detail, well, those are details about self. Working with us, with those aspects and pieces that we've hidden away within us, well, the only way we're going to be able to pull them up and out and use them to our advantage is through a little bit of dedication, some hard work, and that attention to detail. Paying attention to ourselves, attention to detail. And I know that sounds complicated. However, it's more about being present. Checking in with self. How do you feel? How are things resonating with you? That mindful state goes a long way in helping you understand you and how things make you feel. How you can slow things down and create a solution for you by using your head and taking that deep breath in and really looking around, feeling things out before you react. Are you going to say something hurtful because your ego is reacting? Or are you going to say something constructive that will support the situation because you need to put your point across and be that unique self? These are two very different ways of dealing with something. However, still talks about trying to be you, but in different ways. So that attention to detail is really important. The Fool, the 0 card in the Major Arcana. Of course, we're looking at that excitement, that enthusiasm for this journey, for this week, and all that it offers you. There are so many little opportunities and possibilities that are going to come forward. Taking that time, being present in the here and now, being mindful of self will support you in embracing them. Allowing that shift to naturally occur within your life and your everyday that will bring you the change that you're looking for. I'm not a big supporter of leaps and bounds where you're diving headfirst into something. It's not sustainable because it's not stable. The more stable we are, the more we're going to have that foundation to maintain that shift, that change. That leap and bound, it's unstable, and our ego will have the ability to bring us back. It'll claw us back, causing more fear and heartache, which of course will slow this amazing journey down. So we want that slow and steady progression. And we can do that by being mindful and open to what's happening right now in your present every day. And finally, the High Priestess. I kind of enjoy the fact that we have started out with the Divine Feminine of the Empress, and we're ending off on the High Priestess. In many terms, this is two sides of the same coin. We have that nurturing mother energy, and then we have that intuitive, wilder, freer side. The High Priestess is the most intuitive card in the deck. That intuition, that's important. We can't do this journey alone, like I said here. And additionally, we have our third eye here. We need to start to work more effectively with our intuition and the higher vibrational beings. They're going to give us a better and clearer map on how to go forward. Like I said, we shouldn't be doing this alone. We start to wander blindly throughout our journey, missing those opportunities, missing many points, many experiences, because we can't see through the forest or the fog. Taking that time and getting that direction, of course, will support us in going forward in a more meaningful way. Now, one of the ways I can support you in connecting in with this intuition and your high vibrational support team is through a meditation in my Just You and Me playlist, and it's called Introduction to Connecting. It's where we start to connect in with our support team. In that first meditation, as it is a series of 3, we are looking at reconnecting in with our guardian angel or guardian angels, depending on your individual situation, as some of us have more than one guardian angel. The guardian angel has been with you since conception. They've been with you the longest. Connecting in with them is a step in the right direction when it comes to channeling your high vibrational support team. In the next 2 meditations, we connect in with other members of your high vibrational support team. That team is there for you. You just need to reach out and ask for the support. Taking that time for you really does go a long way in creating that abundance, that prosperity that you need and want now more than ever. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week is offering you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It helps me be found on the sea of YouTube, which supports us collectively, starting to raise our vibration and getting ourselves unstuck. And if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way, and you don't want to miss any of it. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight, healing, and education is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss a video. And also, if you did enjoy this video and want to support me making more, I do have a Patreon page. I have provided a link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my rose quartz friends. Hello and welcome, my Serpentine friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and both oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week has in store for my Serpentine friends. Whoa, apparently that's important. What can my Serpentine friends expect from the week of March 21st through the 27th? Oh, what a fantastic card. It's going to be a good week. The Sun. Of course, very much associated with the Sun card of the tarot, where we're looking at that happiness, that joy. Engaging in and embracing all that's around you. There's beauty, wonder, and amazement should you take that time to look. We need to be present and open to all the wonder and joy that the days hold for you. Like I said in the introduction, that very mindful, present mindset really does go a long way in setting ourselves up for some amazing opportunities, for some amazing growth. Should we take that time? Should we make those choices? Because it is going to be an intentional choice that we need to make. Being present in the here and now, rather than fearful and worried about the future, or getting stuck in the past. We need to be right here and right now, to be open to the opportunities, the possibilities that are all around us, that will support us with our growth, will support us with realigning ourselves to our soul's deeper purpose, to that journey that we signed up for. Let's get a little bit more information on this, shall we? What should my Serpentine friends focus in on this week? Oh, I love this card. Boldness. Bold art is not a democracy. Stop hesitating. Move forward with confidence. Dare yourself to go to the edge. We are holding ourselves back. That fear, that doubt, that's part of why we're not in the here and now. We're so afraid of what could happen, what should happen, and we have no control over it. Or we get caught up in what has happened and we're unable to move forward. it is time to connect into that bold, confident energy that we have within ourselves. I know many of us are struggling to connect in with that, and it can feel like it's a fleeting aspect of self. One of the ways I can help you out with that, in connecting into that confidence, connecting into that inner flame, is through a meditation I did with Archangel Uriel. Months ago, we collaborated and created a meditation where we strengthened that inner fire, fanned that inner flame of confidence, of courage, helping you to connect into that creativity and helping you to step into that light, into your light, which of course is very connected in to that sun. Now, if you're new to my channel and aren't too sure about meditation or what I'm talking about here, I have 2 meditative playlists. One is Healing with the Archangels, where you're going to find that amazing meditation with Archangel Uriel. The second is a playlist that's called Just You and Me, and that's exactly what it is. It's just you and me connecting in and working on a skill or a tool that will support you in overcoming your challenges. All my meditations are a guided meditation. They're about 30 minutes long. And additionally, this is a big one, guys, they're free for you to use and revisit as you need to support you in on your journey. Now, let's get back into that meditation with Archangel Uriel. Your creativity will support you in understanding and discovering more about self and these opportunities that are right here in the here and now. So let's get into this week. We know we need that confidence, and we know we're going to need to really be working in that high vibrational energy. But let's get into this a bit more. What can my Serpentine friends expect from the beginning of the week? Well, that's not surprising. The 3 of Swords. That heartache, that pain. It's not surprising to see that heartache and pain coming forward and trying to slow you down. Because that's exactly what your ego wants. It does not want you to embrace and frolic in the sun. Be bold. Oh, no. That's not what your ego wants. Your ego is going to stop all it can this week. That heartache, that pain. It's the easiest way. It's kind of your catch-22, get out of jail card that your ego uses to hold you back. Because that pain is real. And your ego knows it. So at the beginning of the week, we do need to use our resources and our tools to our advantage. I have another meditation that can help you with this pain in releasing it so that your ego can't bring it back up and throw it back into your face. This meditation that I'm thinking about is a meditation that I did with Archangel Metatron. And in this meditation, we're looking at that release of the pain and the heartache while healing those spaces that have been holding on to that pain. It's a nice, gentle meditation that can support you in releasing that pain and embracing that sun. Shifting our perspective into one of growth and abundance rather than stagnation and uncertainty. That's why we do need that bold, very courageous energy. We're taking on our ego and we're releasing some of those aspects that we're holding on to because we don't know what else to do with it. It's one of the reasons I created my meditations. We know we needed to heal. We know we needed to move ourselves forward. However, many of us didn't have the tools to do so. That's why these meditations are here, and that's why they're also free. I don't want people to feel like they aren't worthy or can't afford to do this. These tools need to be readily available so we can get out of that heartache and we can focus in on that growth, on that joy, on those fulfilling aspects. So at the beginning of the week, we do have a little bit of work. And that meditation, you're looking at about 30 minutes. So when I say work, sure, do you need to take that time for you? Absolutely. Do we want to hyper-focus in on it? Absolutely not. We need that balance and moderation so that we don't cause more challenge for ourselves. We want to focus in on that light, giving ourselves time for that joy. So releasing a little bit, and then taking time and enjoying our present, our here and now. And we can do that more and more as the days unfold. And yes, you can use this meditation repeatedly or just once. When you are feeling that heartache and fear, we need to release it. We need to take time for ourselves. Getting rid of what's not serving us, opening us up for something that will. So let's go on to the middle of the week. We know what we need to do at the beginning of the week. But what about the middle of the week? What can my Serpentine friends expect from the middle of the week? I'm your card. Such a beautiful card. Temperance, the 14th card in the Major Arcana. We're looking at that balance and that energy flow. You're going to feel a lot freer and a lot more balanced when we focus in on releasing that energy and opening ourselves up to that joy. It's kind of letting the dam open. You're just going to go, oh, this is good. Taking a little bit of time here and there for you to strengthen and heal you will go a long way in embracing these amazing opportunities. So the middle of the week, we're looking at really being mindful of that balance and that energy flow. Because the more we're mindful of how we're feeling and how things are flowing within us, again, the more we're opening ourselves up to the everyday. If you're being mindful of self, of how you're feeling, you're not getting caught up in the past or hyper-focusing in on the future. You're focusing in on you. Now, I do have another meditation. This one's in my Just You and Me playlist. It's a balancing meditation that I brought out in December, where we looked at balancing and aligning your chakra system. That chakra system is your core energetical system. Taking a little bit of time and aligning those chakras, connecting in with them, will support you in being mindful and present for you. Taking control of your energies within you. Because when we start to align those chakras, we start to allow our body to be more efficient. Think of it as an oil change for your body. Because right now, your chakras are all over the place. It's taking a lot of energy to have that flow from each chakra because it's snaking here and there. Aligning them helps them to have that path of least resistance. And that's what we need right now. We need that least resistance. The more mindful we are about our energies, the more we're going to be able to use them to our advantage. So taking that time in the middle of the week and being mindful of that. Starting to work with our energetical system to our advantage. when we take that control back and we start to have extra energy, we will have the ability to focus in not only on those life-giving aspects, but on aspects of self that we hadn't really thought about before because we never took the time to do so. So the middle of the week, that's exactly what we're going to do, helping us to understand ourselves just a little bit better. So let's go on to the end of the week. What can my Serpentine friends expect from the end of the week? Because 7 is a lucky number. Now, at the end of the week, like I said in the introduction, we're going to start to feel and be able to engage with the full worm moon energy, that divine feminine energy, and use it to our advantage. The 7 of Wands, it talks about pushing ourselves forward, being open to those challenges that we're going to face. Because, let's be honest, we're here to experience and learn. There are going to be challenges. We can't back down. We need that boldness. We need that courage to push ourselves forward, allowing that sun to beam even brighter. When we use that courage, that inner flame, that passion to our advantage, we're going to burn away some of that uncertainty, that doubt that comes with the fear, comes with our ego. We're going to have a better sense of self. We're working on it. And yes, it's a work in progress. We're not going to have all the answers. The only time we have all the answers is when we go back to that high vibrational energetic self. And when we do that, we're missing out on that living experience. And that's part of why we're here, is this experience, the ability to grow and to develop. So we want to take this time and make it as meaningful and fulfilling as we can. Get as much done as we possibly can, because it takes some time and, if you will, a lot of paperwork to get back here. So, using this time to our advantage. At the end of the week, we do want to continue with that healing, that nurturing and understanding of self, inspiring us, rejuvenating us. We've been stuck in that heartache for too long. It's time to connect in to some life-giving aspects that are full of fun and joy. And those aspects, they're usually connected into our creativity. So taking that time at the end of the week and connecting into those creative endeavors. And creativity does not mean arts and crafts. Creativity means expression of yourself. I know we started out with this boldness talking about art, but art is very subjective. Creativity is very individual. However you express yourself, whatever brings meaning to you, taking some time and enjoying it. Remember, guys, we do have that balance in play. We don't want to hyper-focus in on stuff, because that is another tool your ego uses to slow you down. It burns you out, and you miss out on that meaning, on what you're going to be able to get out of and enjoy in this week. So we know we have lots of challenge here. Let's go on and look at that weekly challenge. We know your ego is going to try and slow us down, but let's see if there's anything else that we need to contend with. What challenge will my Serpentine friends face for the week of March 21st through the 27th? The Ten of Wands. I love the tens. And the wand, it is pretty much spot on. The Ten of Wands talks about working harder than we should. In the original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew, in the original Rider-Waite, you have a man who's got 10 wands fanned in front of him, and he's trudging up to market. He can't see where he's going. He's done this trek so many times that he doesn't even need to see. He just keeps pushing himself forward. He's got to get that job done. He's not asking himself how he can do it better. He's just mindlessly trudging along. And that's kind of what we're doing. Mindlessly trudging along. We're not asking ourselves how we can be more effective and efficient in our everyday to bring in that joy and that light. We're just heading off to what we always do. Head down, mind off. Well, we're not going to experience anything other than that fear and doubt if that's how we focus our energy, how we embrace our day. We need to be more mindful on how we can be more effective, how we can bring our energy into alignment, how we can rejuvenate and heal us so we feel stronger and more able to go forward and conquer whatever challenge, whatever obstacle that gets thrown our way. Right now, we're kind of in that zombie-like mode. We're too caught up in stuff. We're too caught up in our head. We're missing out on those possibilities and those opportunities that would get us out of this cycle. We need to be mindful of that and start to shift our perspective. We don't want to shift and change everything. We want to take a little bit of time for self. That's why my meditations are only 30 minutes long. You can do them wherever you have connection. That internet connection is needed for YouTube, but wherever you have that ability to connect in and take 30 minutes for you. Taking a little bit of time and using your creative mind will go a long way in getting your head out of that rut and embracing that light. We're not talking about amazing change here. We're talking about easily incorporated aspects that will shift perspective. That shift in perspective will shift you out of that low vibration and give you more energy for what will be life-giving and fulfilling. I'm not a big proponent of leaps and bounds in their changing and shifting because they're unstable. And again, your ego will use it to its advantage to bring you back, to cause more fear and more doubt in you. However, if you slowly incorporate these elements into your everyday, you have the stability of your day, and you're adding in some life-giving aspects that help to rejuvenate you and inspire you, which helps you to really start to look at how you can start to incorporate other aspects and work more efficiently than, well, that overburdened and overwhelmed state we're currently working in. So let's go on to some blessings. We know that there's a lot of challenge right now, and we know we want to shift gears. What can we embrace that's going to support us in that shift? What blessing can my Serpentine friends embrace for the week of March 21st through the 27th? Patience. I love this card. We need to have patience for ourselves. We're where we're supposed to be. We're learning, we're growing. We need to have patience with ourselves and with this process. We can't push ourselves any harder than what we currently are. We already feel overwhelmed. If we push ourselves harder, we're going to only aggravate that feeling of burnout, of exhaustion. So being okay with where we're at, knowing we want to shift it, it's not where we want to be at the end of the day. But taking that time here and there will start to shift our perspective. It will start to shift our perspective and what we can experience and enjoy in our day. It's going to strengthen us step by step. Those strong, stable baby steps will support you in the change that you want, that will be sustainable, that your ego is not going to be able to topple you and draw you back. You're not going to be back to where you currently are. We're breaking patterns so that the change will be with you, so you can enjoy more of your everyday, rather than getting caught up and clawed back into that heartache and pain. We need to take those small baby steps, those small shifts in our day that will create the change that we're looking for. We just need to have the patience that this will be what we need, and it may take some time. Knowing that you can run what you're currently dealing with and working on with these new aspects, because these new pieces, they're part of you. They're parts that we have pushed down for sure. We've hidden from ourselves. But when we have added energy, added resolve and courage, we will have the time. We will have the energy to engage in them, to bring them forward for our greater good. Fourth chakra, Archangel Raphael. Most of us have heard of Mr. Raphael and know that he is the healing archangel. We spoke about your chakra system. The fourth chakra is your heart chakra. Having that love and compassion for self will go a long way in shifting some of this energy that isn't serving you, that heartache and pain, and embracing that higher vibrational energy, that love and that light. At the end of the week, like I said in the introduction, we have that gentle, divine feminine energy of the full moon coming forward. We can use that to our advantage to help to strengthen us, to help to encourage us to grow and to develop in ways that are going to be meaningful for us. At the end of the week, you may also want to engage with Archangel Raphael. It was actually the first meditation I brought out in my Healing with the Archangels playlist. It's a fantastic, gentle meditation that will support you in that healing, help to strengthen you, help to heal some of that pain that we've been feeling, that we've been holding on to. All right, we're going to end off this reading on any further insight, wisdom, and guidance. Whoa, that's important. That we can share with my Serpentine. That's important. They're jumping out now. My Serpentine friends for the week of March 21st through the 27th. Death. Kind of a creepy card, but very important. Death is the 13th card in the Major Arcana, and we are looking at that release and transition. At the beginning here, when we pulled the Seven of Swords, I said we may want to work with Archangel Metatron in releasing some of that heartache, some of that pain. And that's exactly what death is reaffirming. This heartache and pain is not serving us. It's not helping us in any way. It's time to allow it to go to the wayside. It's time to take death's support in releasing what's not working for you. That heartache and that pain. So using that meditation that I created with Archangel Metatron can definitely support you in releasing some of that heartache, that pain that you're dealing with right now. It's not going to serve you in any way. The Page of Pentacles. I love it. I love the rainbow. I love the field, that feeling of excitement and joy. We need that in our everyday. We need that playful, excited energy. And many of us don't have that because we're so caught up on those expectations and those demands. The more we're able to shift gears here, the more we're able to release that pain, the more energy we're going to have to engage in these aspects that bring in that happiness and that joy. So it's up to us to make those decisions and be very intentional with what it is we're trying to achieve, what it is we're doing. Now, the Page of Pentacles also reminds us of another important factor here. When we start to feel overwhelmed and burdened, something that we can focus in on is that grounding ability. Many of us are functioning from a space that's ungrounded. We're caught up in our head. We're not focusing in on that stable energy that we can tap into. We're not going to hurt Gaia in any way when we connect in and stabilize ourselves. I have a number of meditations on both playlists that can support you in helping you with that grounded energy. So, starting your day off right, being intentional, participating in a meditation that's going to ground you, and then having a crystal with you that will support you in maintaining that groundedness. Something like tiger iron here. Tiger iron is an amazing grounding crystal. It's easy to find, and any crystal that's red or black will work because it focuses in on your root chakra. Again, back to that energetical system, helping you to maintain that grounded space. You're more able to make high vibrational choices rather than just putting those blinders on and not being engaged with your day. So that grounded energy truly does support us in not only making decisions for our greater good, but being more present and aware of what's happening right here and right now. Being able to enjoy and see those rainbows that are all around us. The Three of Pentacles. I love it. So in the Three of Pentacles, we're looking at cooperation. The Three of Pentacles reminds us that we're not alone, and we were never meant to do this journey alone. We have supports. Reaching out and asking for the help that we need. We know we feel overwhelmed and burdened. Well, asking for that help. You have an amazing support team. on the physical and spiritual realms that are going to be able to help you out. You just need to use your words and ask. Because the physical team, most of them are not mind readers and don't know the challenges you're facing. They too are caught up in their own little world. And then your spiritual support team, well, they're bound by the law of free will. We have to ask. They can't just do. They can't just step in and do it for us. Remember that you can ask for help throughout this entire week and, well, the entire lifetime. We just need to be open to the support we receive in the format that it comes in. That support is there. We just need to be open to it. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week is offering you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It helps me be found on the sea of YouTube, which supports us collectively, starting to raise our vibration and getting ourselves unstuck. And if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way, and you don't want to miss any of it. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight, healing, and education is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss a video. And also, if you did enjoy this video and want to support me making more, I do have a Patreon page. I have provided a link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Serpentine friends.